Have you ever seen flashing lights in your mirror and felt your stomach drop instantly? Subscribe so you don't miss what comes next. Trick 1. Pull over fast, smooth, and with clear intent. The question gets asked, officers evaluate safety. Hands tell that story faster than words. Hidden hands, sudden movements, or reaching without explanation slow everything down and invite extra commands. Place both hands on the steering wheel where they stay clearly visible. At night, turn on the interior light. Sit still unless instructed otherwise. If you need to move, say it first and wait for acknowledgement. This approach removes uncertainty and keeps the interaction procedural rather than reactive. Officers trained in traffic stop safety respond faster when they feel control and clarity from the driver. National safety guidance consistently highlights this point. The U.S. Department of Justice-backed traffic stop safety materials stress visible hands and predictable movement as key factors that reduce escalation and shorten encounters. When safety concerns disappear, officers focus on the purpose of the stop instead of managing risk. That often leads to fewer follow-up questions and faster closure. Once physical cues are handled, the next factor involves something even more powerful than movement: the way you speak when the questions begin. Trick 4. Control the conversation with calm, minimal responses. Many stops drag on because drivers talk too much. Nervous explanations, extra details, and filler words open doors for more questions. Silence, when used correctly, speeds everything up. Respond politely and briefly. Address what is asked, then pause. A steady tone communicates confidence and awareness. Officers tend to mirror energy, and calm speech often results in shorter exchanges. Avoid storytelling or attempts to justify behavior. Each added detail creates another thread for the officer to explore. Legal guidance supports this approach. Fine law explains that drivers are required to provide identification and basic information, while additional conversation remains optional. Limiting responses helps keep the stop narrow and focused. This method protects time and direction. When conversation stays tight, the stop moves toward resolution instead of expansion. Next comes a subtle phrase that quietly signals closure without confrontation. If this breakdown helps you feel more prepared behind the wheel, tap like and subscribe for more real-world legal guidance that keeps you informed and protected. Trick 5. Ask one simple question that signals the stop should end. Many traffic stops stretch longer because the driver never checks whether the legal purpose is finished. Officers handle paperwork, return documents, pause, and wait. That pause matters. It often marks the point where the stop either ends or quietly turns into something else. After your documents are returned and instructions appear complete, ask calmly, "Am I free to go?" This question does two important things at once. It shows awareness of boundaries, and it forces clarity. Officers must either confirm release or explain why the detention continues. When no additional legal reason exists, the stop frequently ends on the spot. Tone matters. Ask respectfully, without challenge or sarcasm. Keep your posture relaxed and your voice neutral. This question works because it reframes the interaction as procedural rather than conversational. Officers trained in constitutional stops recognize the signal immediately. Experienced defense attorneys often point out that many extended roadside encounters happen because drivers wait in silence while officers decide their next move. This question removes uncertainty and places the decision back where it belongs. The stop either concludes or becomes clearly defined. Once this moment passes, another situation commonly appears, one that tempts drivers to cooperate out of politeness rather than strategy. That decision often determines whether the stop truly ends or quietly expands. Trick 6. Decline searches clearly, calmly, and without explanation. Few moments change a traffic stop faster than a search request. Many drivers agree out of discomfort, hoping cooperation speeds things up. In reality, consent often extends the encounter dramatically. If asked for permission to search, respond with a simple, calm statement. "I do not consent to any searches." Say it once. Say it clearly. Stop talking. No explanation is required. Adding reasons invites discussion, persuasion, and delay. Silence after the statement protects the boundary. This approach keeps the stop focused on its original purpose. Without consent, officers must rely on legal grounds rather than curiosity. When no lawful basis exists, the request usually ends and the stop moves forward. Delivery matters as much as wording. Stay polite. Maintain steady eye contact. Avoid emotional reactions. Officers expect resistance at times, and professional refusal rarely escalates when handled correctly. Defense lawyers consistently advise this strategy because consent searches frequently uncover minor issues that lead to longer detention. Declining preserves time and limits exposure while remaining lawful and respectful. Once the search question passes, a final decision point arrives, one that determiner believes honesty will lead to leniency. That honesty often works against the driver's interests. Control here means discipline. Calm compliance without commentary keeps the stop narrow and procedural. When conversation stays factual, officers complete their task faster and move on. Once the issue of fault disappears from the exchange, the stop reaches a phase many drivers mishandle, one that determines whether frustration keeps the encounter alive or brings it to a clean close. Trick 8. Accept the ticket without arguing roadside. Arguments stretch traffic stops longer than almost anything else. Disagreement feels natural when a citation appears unfair. Roadside debate rarely changes outcomes and often delays release. If a ticket is issued, accept it calmly. Signing acknowledges receipt, not guilt. Courts handle disputes. Officers handle safety and enforcement in the moment. Challenging facts on the shoulder shifts attention away from resolution and toward prolonged discussion. Professional demeanor matters here. Thank the officer. Follow instructions. Place the citation safely and prepare to leave when permitted. This approach signals closure rather than resistance, which often speeds the final moments of the stop. Experienced defense lawyers consistently advise clients to save arguments for court. Judges review evidence. Officers write reports. The roadside offers no advantage for persuasion and every reason for delay. Ending the encounter cleanly preserves options and time. Once the citation process finishes, one final behavior determines whether the stop truly ends smoothly or drags on for unnecessary minutes. Trick 9. Leave immediately once you are cleared to go. Act decisively. Thank them, secure paperwork, signal, and merge back into traffic when safe. Lingering questions, delays, or re-engagement invite further interaction. Officers may add reminders or clarifications, which prolong the stop without benefit. Legal guidance emphasizes this moment. Find law explains that when a stop concludes, drivers may leave promptly, most drivers expect on every single drive. Outro. Traffic stops reward preparation